All right, well, here I am. And hey everybody. I'm not good at this YouTube thing, so I just want to apologize right off the rip. This is just going to be more like a podcast. There's not going to be B-roll. There's not going to be, I'm just going to do what I'm best at. And I mean, you guys haven't seen really anything on the YouTube side of things from me in a long time, so I'm sure, this is better than nothing. I can't really disappoint, but um, I had to do something for YouTube. I had to, just because I want something out there of like my first impressions of Realm Royale Reforged, how I feel, just the overall my ideas and thoughts on the whole situation and how I think it's going to play out. Just of course in the very beginning of things. I mean, we've only had a few days since it's actually been released and the live patch came out. So yeah, that's just what I want to talk about. I don't want it to be too long, but it'll end up going as long as it goes. I appreciate everybody that's like even interested in watching my YouTube content at all at this point. I'm sure there's a lot of people just as excited as I am that there's an update from for Realm, and there hasn't been anything in fucking 3 years, almost four. So I mean, that in itself is a really big deal. The last video I made was like rumors about there being development and a development team potentially getting set up. And so we found out a lot of different things, and I just kind of wanted to go over some info and facts that you might not know, and then kind of my impressions of the patch and where they're headed. So there's just a few main points I wanted to talk about. And the first one is just kind of like the fact that there's 9 total people working in this high res studio, this game, just generally like a really passionate group, small group of people. And then if you look at that and you take that into consideration, and then you look at how much they got done, how much was changed, at least game wise, balance, new things added, old things being reused with new things implemented into it, kind of merging the old with the new and doing the best they could to get like a good foundation for making future changes. And that actually just kind of brings up a quick little segue into, they did announce they're going to hopefully and try to do an update every 6 weeks. So there's going to be frequent patches. There is ongoing development on the game. There was a very big update in considering how many people there were in only the few months time they had. There was a lot done. So I don't know. It really does, like, first impressions. It really gives me a really like a great taste in my mouth in comparison to before in the previous development team. And really, I'm not. I just couldn't trust anybody. And that's just kind of how they treated us. And so I think with them having like trust in the way that they're doing things as kind of the forefront to their like setup, it's made me want to be involved in it more, and it makes me feel good about being involved in it. And that's how a lot of successful things even begin, is like having the people that are supporting it or working for it or vouching for whatever it is to feel good about the actual game, and like the focus on the small things, and doing the small things perfectly. But no, like if there's things that a lot of people in other different games or whatever aren't focusing on, and they can like take community feedback and actually implement things. And that's kind of like one thing they did with the PTS that's way different. They got feedback from PTS and actually implemented said feedback. And that was a really good thing too. So I don't know. There's just a lot of like overall good. Oh, give me just a second. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to have like something playing a little bit in the background. So yeah, sorry. There's no B-roll. This is really boring and everything. Whatever. But first impressions. The biggest thing that I wanted to talk about today is, and this is no diss to Realm Royale, High Res, or the team working or anything. It's just a reality. There wasn't an insane amount of numbers on the opening show. There wasn't a crazy amount of interest in this initial release. There wasn't. I mean, I streamed a lot the last couple of days. I didn't have a single new player come in talking or asking in my chat about things. It was just all old people that used to be interested, that maybe heard about the rumor and are interested in trying it out again. There really wasn't a whole lot of new traffic, and I mean, I'm just saying that out of my experience because I was literally streaming it every, like, since it happened, and constantly, and there was not a whole lot of like ongoing traffic of new people like I used to see when I streamed way back in the day. And so that says a few things to me. It says people are enjoying the game, but it also says to me that there's going to be some like learning curve here that a lot of people might not be okay with. A lot of people would agree that the game has overall gotten more difficult, and of course that comes with more players. There's a lot more people in the lobbies right now. It's not just all bots. So like that fact is really good, and I want people to be playing the game, and I want the game to be more difficult. But when I say that, I just mean like the typical casual normal player base of like console players and things like that. They are going to be a lot more affected negatively by this update because they were used to a really easy child's game where they could just kill people in very quick succession, use their firestone staff and turret or a fire throwing axe and just kill people in 2 axes or, two bursts of their stone staff on the controller, however it worked for them. And so there's not really going to be those crutches anymore in the game. Those don't really exist. So it's almost like a tier, in a way where like the casuals are unable to have this amount of fun. Like the overall average fun for a casual went way down because you do have to put more time in. The skill ceiling is higher, which actually makes it more fun for people like me or like the people that do play the game all the time, but way less enjoyable for the people who don't play the game all the time. And that's maybe something that there'll be some growing pains, and it'll be a good enough game to get through it, and we will have a good player base. But I also could see that affecting the overall player base in a negative way, and player retention in a negative way. And I don't want to just assume the worst or whatever, because I know there's updates to come, and like I just said, there's every 6 weeks they're going to be working on stuff, so I don't want anybody to count it out just with that comment. But that's something I've noticed, that's something I wanted to talk about, that's a thought I had. Player retention, especially on like newer or casual players, might be less because the game is not as just simple and as easy as it was. And so, like I said, I really like it. I'm all for the update. I actually don't really have much negative to say about it. There's some balance things that I would recommend, but like overall, I know that we're in the foundation stages, and I don't really want to start throwing out a bunch of nerfs and buff things that I think should be changed right now when we don't have that much to work off of. But yeah, there's definitely some things that I'd want to talk about in the future when we get more info and the meta kind of builds itself and we see what's going on with things. But yeah, I just wanted to give my first impressions, and those are just, that thought, that worry of course, there wasn't a whole lot of players involved in this patch show. There was only a couple thousand viewing. It really didn't have that like big burst of like hype that I kind of imagined, and I don't want to say it was less than I thought because I didn't really know what I thought, but I don't think it'll be as significant of a change as maybe some people thought, or maybe I assumed could have happened. Just, over the last couple days, we've had a few people interested with a couple hundred viewers on Twitch. The community is kind of, the player retention is about stayed the same, gone a little down. The marketing was there. It was just like we needed to, I guess, get maybe more partnerships with like the It's Timmys and the Forzens, the people that were literally streaming Realm Royale to 10,000 people without even getting any kind of payment, just because they enjoyed it and had friends that like were interested in Realm. You know, they hopped on the game, streamed it, and that's the type of stuff that I think could go a long way with the games like this that do have like a small player base, but also a passionate one that kind of exists on the internet like that. You know, it gives those newer players or casual players something to look towards working for, you know, and getting better. But it also gives like the good players a place where they belong and they can rank up and play against good players, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This has already gone over 10 minutes, and I didn't want to go too long, but I'm back, guys. I'm going to be a full-time streamer again. The balance changes, the numbers, the 6 weeks update, you know, I just had those kind of like main things to talk about. I really do like this update, and as much as I kind of sounded like a negative Nancy about some of these things, I personally don't have a whole lot of negatives. Like, I think that it shows the community that they care. They're doing their best to listen to people and implement changes. And so that's like a huge step in the right direction. And then not only that, but then the balance changes and things are also there. You can tell they're considering things that they weren't before, and that will just overall make for a better direction of the game going forward. So I'm all in, guys. I'm going to be hosting tournaments. I've started this thing called DTF. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Down to Fuck. If you guys are down to fuck, join my Twitch channel. Get signed up for that, because pretty much every day I try to create some type of like a open lobby CSGO type deal where people can actually just come in on their Twitch accounts, type a command in my chat, exclamation point ready. It's all set up with a bot, and then you can ready yourself up, unready yourself, and then you get placed on a spreadsheet, which I'll hit shuffle on, and then you actually all get tiers based on your skill level. And then this shuffle command or button that I have on the spreadsheet will then shuffle your name into the group of people who are currently actively playing and give you a teammate that's either way worse than you or way better than you, depending on wherever you sit in your ranking, to make things balanced and fair. So it's a way of like having some balanced custom games in the realm without, you know, going super sweat fest only. You know, you're going to have one good player and run one shitty player on pretty much every team, and that's the whole idea of it. And then even doing trios with that same setup. I'm going to be running actual tournaments with actual payouts of like 5-game series with the same teammates, using that same exact method of like shuffling the teams based on tiers and everything. And it really is just to prevent that, okay, the same 3 people are literally winning week over week every single time AdaMaZe hosts a tourney. This is boring. What the fuck? Like, it's supposed to implement that competition and bring it back, and it'll be more competitive and less, okay, let's sit here for 2 hours and watch the 3 best players in the game beat everybody and win money. Like, I really want to avoid that, because it wasn't a good look. It wasn't good content. I wasn't enjoying watching it. And it just became what my channel was a year ago when I was hosting tournaments every week and paying people out every day, you know what I mean? Or once a week, twice a week, and whatnot. Which, by the way, if you guys have seen, we've got a YouTube video that was recently made about me. I am also Realm's #1 biggest scammer. So if you want to actually get paid out for your tournament winnings that you deserve, you probably shouldn't join mine, because I've been streaming full time for 4 years, and all I do is just scam people out of their money, especially $20, for no reason. There's no context to it. I just randomly scam pretty reputable people in the community all the time, and I've been doing it for 4 years, and that's how I've been able to, you know, keep this going and continue doing it, because I'm just a scammer. And, you know, anybody that understands what sarcasm is probably understands that that wouldn't actually work out. But yeah, if you know, you know. You know, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It was a funny little YouTube video that was made about me a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago, a month ago, whenever it was. But yeah, I'm no longer going to be a bullshit streamer once a week or whatever I've been doing. I took a lot of time off. So yeah, we're back full force, full time. Yeah, we're in love with the game and streaming again. I wanted to also just real quick before I end it, let everybody know of two really big things actually coming for me in the near future, or just recently happened to me that I'm really happy about. You guys know I'm a really sensitive and emotional guy, so like when really good things happen, I'm really animated, freak out, and bad things the other way around. You know what I mean? So I'm at a point right now where I was literally given recently in the last month, and I'm extremely grateful for this, and I can't express that. I literally can't say that enough. But just out of the blue, about a month and a half ago, no fucking notice at all, one of my sugar daddies from Twitch actually purchased me a fucking $5,000 gaming PC with a 3080 Ti FTW3 Ultra, 12 gigabyte GDDR6 RAM, fucking the whole entire PC, a fucking Ryzen 5950. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like just the best fucking thing you can get right now, and with the best graphics card. And so what I'm doing is I'm using that as my gaming PC. I have my initial streaming PC that I was using for both as the now just dedicated streaming PC. That's got the i9 9900K, blah, blah, blah in it if you care. I just wanted to share a really big like update and really good thing that happened to me in the last month, which is like kind of hopefully putting me on this trajectory where I like have a lot more of a consistent stream. The stream looks a little bit better. The quality I'm able to stream at is a lot better. All of that good stuff that comes with that. Being able to play, games like Apex without frame drops and stuff like that. It's just like an overall really big deal for me. So I kind of have like I've been saying this a lot, but like I really do pretty much have like a dream setup at this point in time, and I want to do everything I can to take advantage of it. So with that being said, segueing into my last point, you guys know this year in March, my birthday, March 14th, I did that uncapped subathon, and we went on for it was like a month. But at about day 19, my internet died for a fucking full day because of an issue with the fucking ISP, and I went through all that, talked about all that, and then I had to move, so we had to stop it again shortly. It was scuffed as fuck. Let me just say it like that. The subathons that I've done have been scuffed as fuck, but you guys know that I like to do them, and it keeps my channel afloat, blah, blah, blah. So if you care, and if you're even still here listening to me, which I don't know why you would be, but if you are, I love you. Thank you for listening to that. And if you care, or all of this, I should say, if you care enough, I'd love to have you as part of the subathon. If that's just talking to me in my chat, keeping me company. When I do this shit, it's a lot. I'm there a lot. So I love to have company and people in my chat, and that's the biggest thing that matters most and keeps me going, keeps my energy good. But yeah, we're doing another uncapped subathon, scamathon during September, which is the month that I like to try and do it on maybe once or twice a year. I don't like to try and do them all the time, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean. But anyway, this is dragging on. Subathon starts September 2nd. And it's going to be a truly, like, actually uncapped, no scuffed bullshit. Of course, I can't stop my internet or power from going out, but, like, I don't expect anything like that happening at this new place that we're living at. It actually hasn't happened yet. So, at least with my internet, haven't had any problems. So, yeah, I expect this to actually be a good all the way through, fully uncapped, Realm Royale, full... and unscuffed subathon with 2 PCs playing all different kinds of games, defaulting with Realm because like I said, I really am loving it, and I have to, it's my game. But a lot of variety. I'm gonna do a lot of different, like, random party games and stuff. I've really been enjoying that. My Discord has grown a lot as far as like activity and interest outside of my Twitch channel. If I put nearly as much time into like YouTube as I do Discord, I would be doing amazing. But Discord is kind of where I spend all my time at if I'm not streaming. But yeah, enough about me, enough about all these updates and my feelings about Realm. I love Realm, guys. I know that a lot of people have mixed feelings about it, but I do think it's got a really good trajectory and there's some good people behind it. So please give it a chance if you cared about it. It's actually in a really good spot and a lot of fun. The dueling is back, and the games are a lot more interesting. So, not on top of that, not only that, it's like there's a lot of real players actually in the video game right now. So you're not just killing bots, and it's a lot more fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it here, though. I'm almost at 20 minutes, so this is already going to be a longer video, but I will see you guys on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/AdaMaZe. Join my Discord if you want, discord.gg/AdaMaZe. And yeah, you guys will be able to expect a lot more of me. We're going to be a full-time streamer again. I always was, but you know what I mean. I took a lot of time off for vacations in like July and June, so yeah, we're back, boys, and the passion is here. So yeah, I will see you guys over there.